Y'all already knowing how I'm feeling about this one. I am ecstatic. I can't wait. I don't even think it's like officially been announced yet, but Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria is as good as done for UFC 297 this upcoming January, and I'm thrilled. Arnold Allen versus Movsar Evliev also supposed to be on this card. Co-main event, I believe. Good fight. Big step up in competition for Evliev, and I don't know, he might not be able to hang with Arnold Allen yet, but we gonna see. But I'm here to talk about the main event. And you know, I have heard a few opinions that Topuria shouldn't have gotten this title shot yet. It's too early. He probably should have fought Max, yada, yada, yada. And on one hand, I can see and understand that because it would have done a lot to show if he's ready for a Volk. Because I'm of the opinion, win or lose, if you perform well enough against Max Holloway, at this point, Dana White will probably end up giving you the title shot anyway. But at the same time, I'm tired of seeing Max continuously knocking off these young, streaking contenders and kind of taking the excitement away from them, because if you can't beat Max Holloway, you ain't beating Volk. So it's like, what's the point? But of course, if you give Ilia that shot and say he was to beat Max Holloway, a lot like Dricus beat Whitaker, but that adds layers of hype behind their name as we wait for their eventual title shot. But me personally, as I think I already said in this video, I ain't gonna lie, and as I've mentioned in the past, it's just not worth it to me. Volk has already mauled everybody in the division, including Max. He's 35 years old, and even though he would be the type of person to defy Father Time for a little bit, we all know that eventually his time is coming. And why continue to hold back a young, intriguing contender like Topuria from him, as he is searching to become the consensus GOAT of his weight class? I said after Topuria beat Josh Emmett, we might as well just go ahead and get that fight going. Volk himself wanted, you know, Ilia talking hot, let's make it happen. Now, I'll be honest, for as much as I do love Ilia Topuria, I don't think he's ready for Volk quite yet. I'll be real. I do favor the champ. But at the same time, I do feel like a lot of people are overlooking Ilia in his quest to dethrone one of the best fighters that's ever walked the planet. Physically, they're nearly identical, and Ilia brings a style to Volk that he ain't seen before. And a lot of people have mentioned Chad Mendez, but I think Ilia is an evolved version of Chad Mendez. And regardless of that, Chad Mendez done gave Volk one of his toughest fights in the UFC. Obviously, that was a prior version of Volk. You know, he's bald now. And you know, when he went bald, all his stats increased tenfold. But Ilia can more than hang in every part of the game with Volk, in my humble opinion. The things that's probably going to mess up Ilia the most is Volk's jab, his speed, and the leg kicks. The way Volk sets up and throws his leg kicks is unlike anybody else. And his speed also don't help with that. Probably only outsped by Yair in the entire division. Ilia definitely has crazy boxing, up there with the best, and probably the best combination puncher, along with being extremely powerful. But Volk is pretty elusive, having the footwork to quickly get in and out while also getting his offense off. But I genuinely just don't think Ilia is afraid of Volk. And like I said earlier, I do think he can nearly match him everywhere. And the thing that I can appreciate about Ilia most now is from his last performance against Josh Emmett. The patience he showed in them 5 rounds was immaculate. Because in the past, we have seen Ilia get over-aggressive, start overextending on a lot of shots, and that has got him caught in the past. He understood the jump up in competition to Josh Emmett and the danger he did pose. So he never really put himself in harm's way for real. And most of that was just a stand-up fight. Still don't see Ilia throwing no kicks, he throwing straight hands. And I do think it would serve him best to mix that up against Volk. Everybody in the community already knowing Ilia don't throw no kicks. So if we know it, you know Volk got him and his game down to a T. And if Ilia can show another side of himself against the champ, I think it would do a lot to throw him off when they step into that octagon. And for as much as I want to bring the wrestling and the grappling into play, I ain't gonna lie. Volk fought Islam Makhachev and went 25 minutes with him, being put in serious danger a couple of times. And he survived, fought through, and even put Islam in compromising positions. So I think after that fight, and he kind of showed it a little bit against Yair, he really ain't going for a lot of things he used to no more. I really think the experience of fighting and going head up with Islam did a lot for his evolution, even at 57 years old. So as I already mentioned, I do favor Volk in this matchup. Even so, I am extremely intrigued, and this is absolutely a highly anticipated fight for me personally.